Hi guys, back at the desk. Little update in the sub. A couple of fit issues with this thing, as I thought I was going to. Let me start here. Directions. Alright, the directions have you glue everything to the port side. Port side? No, starboard side. Everything gets glued to the starboard side, including the top part that gets put onto the deck. And then they want you to do that. You put the motor in. And then you're supposed to glue this piece on. Okay? That's the piece that you look through to see the other side. Well, a problem that we have with that is that now, once we did that, and we glued this other side on, well, for some reason I got a fit issue with the bottom floor here. Now this floor is okay. Oops. The back floor is okay. Motors are okay. But this one here, oops, for some reason, this bottom floor is stuck up about, I want to say maybe a little over 1/8 of an inch. So I had to put a piece in there. I think what happened was instead of gluing it, excuse my hands, instead of gluing it all to one side, I think I just should have glued it at a couple of places and then put the side on. I did not put the top on. I left the top off because there was no way of getting that on there and then having the other side mount up to it, because this side here, okay, because it's got all this plastic missing, all right, it's got a wicked twist and a warp to it. Because when I put this thing together, number one, the pins didn't line up down the bottom, because there are only pins on the bottom. There's a couple of pins at the front, and there's 2 or 3 pins, or there were 2 or 3 pins on this bottom piece. This does not fit together very well, okay? I had to cut the pins off so I could get it to line up correctly. And then I had a big issue in the back here. I had a big seam I had to fill. Okay? And I do not use putty all the time on my seams. What I do, I got some small styrene, and I use this plastic weld. Okay, all this does is melt styrene, liquid styrene I call it. So I just laid a couple of small pieces in there. Sorry about the light, guys. I put a couple of pieces in there and use that and push it all down, get it nice and flat. So, but that got taken care of. I got the top all on. But yeah, that if anybody has this model in their stash and you're going to build it, do not follow the directions. Okay? Do not follow the directions, because you have to build that interior in sub-assemblies. Pardon the pun. But yeah, you make those all sub-assemblies, and you have to put that all together, and then you put it in, and then they want you to glue it. Like I said, they want you to glue it to that starboard side. And that's what I did, and I said to myself, I think this is going to be a problem with the fit later on, and yes, it was. So, But it is what it is. I can't rip it all apart. I got it CA glued in there because number one, it wasn't really a good fit. It was kind of warped. You know what I mean? So I got it in there, and it is what it is. I mean, I got it. Once I get it painted and everything, you won't even notice. So, you know what I mean? I just got to put the conning tower on it. Right now, I'm working on the back, trying to get that all taken care of. Propellers, propeller shafts, rudders. Then I got a few things to put up top and rig it and paint it. But I'm going to have to find some way of covering this big opening before I paint it. So, but that's where I am on it. Big shout out to Marcos over at Tortuga Customs. The big model show in Massachusetts last Saturday. Marcos won second place with his Corvette. So I'd like to give him a big shout out for that. Good for you, Marcos. Good to see your work getting recognized, buddy, because you are a good builder. So, yeah, I guess him. I think he said Whitey was there, Whitey's workshop. I think George was there from Vision 21, 24, whatever. Sorry, George, I forget what it is there, buddy. I think there were a couple other guys, too, that he said that were YouTubians, to borrow Gary G's word. But, yeah, maybe next time I get up there. It's about an hour ride from me, but maybe next time. My wife had stuff to do, so he couldn't make it. But, yeah, anyway, though, this is my progress. Or lack of progress, so whatever. But, yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm going to get this back on tonight and see if I can get this done. This thing is it's not 100% great parts, I'll tell you. You know, for a new Revell kit. I don't know. Sometimes I think I get all the bad ones. Sometimes I feel that way. Christ, it just seems that every kit I put my hands on, there's something drastically wrong with it. Or is it just me? Oh well, it is what it is. So, with that being said, enjoy your night. A little cool up here now, all the humidity's gone. We got some rain coming tomorrow. And a couple of nice days. Maybe I can get the bike out, hopefully Thursday or Friday. Alright, Kim boys. There it is. Enjoy your night. Talk soon, man. Peace out.